Hi guys, we're going to talk about projections today, and we get a lot of questions about projections. People love it, and some people don't understand it. So that's why I'm going to do this video today, so you understand the power of understanding projection, both projection for the current month, month-to-date actuals comparing to previous month and previous year, and also the projection for next month, which can be like a crystal ball for you guys. You can see almost into the future to see how your next month is going to turn up. Okay, bigger the practice, the more the running start you need. So if you have a practice that's doing 100, 150, 200, $300,000 a month, you need to make sure you have a running start. If you don't, you're not going to be able to get that kind of production done on a monthly basis. Okay, so let's break this down. Let's first look at the first graph that we have on everybody's homepage. The first one we look at is called this month-to-date projection. So what is this graph showing? It shows three different lines, and I'll show you two different practices here. This graph shows three different lines. If I hover over it, what this graph is telling me is the projection as of the 10th working day in February, the 10th working day in February, not the 10th of, sorry, not February, March, not the 10th of March, but the 10th working day of March. We are projected to do $132,000. What that means is we have done a certain thing, and based on what we have already done and what's on the books, we projected to do $132,000. Now, if you went back in the past 1 month on the 10th working day 1 month ago, which was the 10th working day of February, the projection at that time was 117. So it's helping you understand with where you are on the 10th working day. Are you ahead or behind last month? Okay, and the light blue lines is last year, the same month production. Okay, so this practice is doing great. So they're not just ahead of last month, they're also ahead by almost $22,000 from last year's projection on the same day. Okay, so this is a good story over here. Once I click on this pop-up, it'll give me two additional graphs. One is comparing the actuals, which is, again, let me hover over that, the 10th working day of this month. Actual production of what's been done so far, I'm at 79, almost 80K. Last month, by the 10th working day, I was at 76K. And last year, I was at 75K. So just in terms of what's been done, I'm running about 4K ahead of what's already been done. So what's going to happen is most likely these guys are going to accelerate from this point onwards because they have more booked production by the 10th working day of March than they did a month ago and a year ago. Okay. Now, on the other hand, when we look at their next month's production, till a day ago, they were running quite a bit lower than what last month's next projection was looking like. This last concept is a little bit hard to grasp, so stick with me. This graph shows how much production is booked for next month. Okay, and we want to compare how was my previous month's next month booked and how was my previous year's next month booked. So how was my April 2016 booked? How was my April 2017 booked? And how was my March 2017 booked on the 10th working day or the 9th working day? That's what's highlighted over here. So what we're seeing here is this office is running kind of neck and neck with what they were doing last year for the next month. Let's look at a different office. So this is a different office. And if I come down and take a look at this, these guys are actually running almost 30K behind where they were for next month a year ago. So what does this tell them? That unless they get a big, huge case, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 case, and if they keep booking at the pace that they're booking, they are going to start their next month way behind from where they started their last month or their next month last year, exactly a year ago. Okay. So when I say a crystal ball, this is what exactly this is trying to tell you, is that it's trying to give you at least a week to 2 weeks, sometimes even 3 weeks, but at least a week to 2 weeks warning that your next month is not set up very well. This is based on practices who see patients regularly. They're not based on high volume emergency practice. This is consistent production over and over and over. If you're a smaller practice, if you're based on people walking in, emergency and all that, and you do a lot of same-day dentistry, these projections probably don't apply to you much, because your practice works on that same-day dentistry, those calls coming in and that production being done on the same day. But if it's a general family practice with the good hygiene base, you have to watch your projections, not just for this month, but for next month as well. Hopefully this video was useful. I hope everybody uses the projections. These graphs can be very useful. It can light a fire under your butts to get out and start making calls. Go into the Revenue IQ and find those patients that need to be scheduled. Start giving them a call today.